Timeline of World War II, a comprehensive overview. World War II was the most destructive and widespread conflict in human history. Spanning 6 years from 1939 to 1945, it involved over 100 million people from more than 30 countries. The war reshaped the global order, led to the deaths of tens of millions, and left a legacy that still shapes international relations today. This video provides a comprehensive timeline of the major events of World War II, offering context and insight into the conflict's complex progression. 1930s, prelude to war. 1933, Hitler rises to power. Adolf Hitler becomes Chancellor of Germany in January 1933. Under his leadership, the Nazi Party begins rearming Germany in violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The same year, Germany withdraws from the League of Nations. 1935-1936, Axis powers form. In 1935, Italy invades Ethiopia, signaling the failure of the League of Nations to prevent aggression. In 1936, Germany remilitarizes the Rhineland, and the Rome-Berlin Axis is formed between Fascist Italy and Nazi Germany. Later, Japan joins, forming the foundation of the Axis powers. 1937, war in Asia begins. On July 7, 1937, the Second Sino-Japanese War begins with the Marco Polo Bridge incident. Japan invades large portions of China, including Beijing and Shanghai. 1939, war breaks out in Europe. March 1939, Germany occupies Czechoslovakia. Germany annexes the remainder of Czechoslovakia after having previously taken the Sudetenland. August 1939, Nazi-Soviet Pact. Germany and the Soviet Union signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, a non-aggression treaty with a secret clause dividing Eastern Europe into spheres of influence. September 1st, 1939, Germany invades Poland. Germany invades Poland from the west. 2 weeks later, the Soviet Union invades from the east. On September 3rd, Britain and France declare war on Germany, marking the official start of World War II. September-October 1939, the Phoney War. Although war is declared, little combat occurs on the Western Front during this period. 1940, Axis expansion, April-June 1940, Blitzkrieg in the west. Germany invades Denmark and Norway in April. In May, Germany launches invasions of Belgium, the Netherlands and Luxembourg, followed by France. By June, France falls and signs an armistice. The northern part of the country is occupied. A collaborationist regime, Vichy France, is established in the south. July-October 1940, Battle of Britain. Germany launches an air campaign to gain air superiority as a precursor to invasion. The Royal Air Force, RAF, successfully defends Britain, marking Hitler's first major defeat. September 1940, Tripartite Pact. Germany, Italy and Japan formally establish the Axis alliance. October 1940, Italy invades Greece. Italy's invasion is unsuccessful and bogs down, requiring German intervention months later. 1941, the war widens. June 22, 1941, Operation Barbarossa. Germany invades the Soviet Union in the largest land invasion in history. The campaign initially achieves great success, but ultimately stalls due to fierce Soviet resistance and harsh winter conditions. July-September 1941, Siege of Leningrad begins. The German army surrounds Leningrad, beginning a siege that lasts over 2 years and causes massive civilian suffering. December 7, 1941, attack on Pearl Harbor. Japan launches a surprise attack on the US naval base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The next day, the United States declares war on Japan. Shortly after, Germany and Italy declare war on the US. 1942, turning points. February 1942, fall of Singapore. British stronghold Singapore falls to Japanese forces, marking a major defeat for the Allies in Asia. June 1942, Battle of Midway. US naval forces defeat the Japanese fleet at Midway, halting Japanese expansion in the Pacific. August 1942, February 1943, Battle of Stalingrad. One of the war's bloodiest battles, it marks the turning point on the Eastern Front. Soviet forces encircle and defeat the German Sixth Army. November 1942, Operation Torch. Allied forces land in North Africa, pushing German and Italian forces westward. 1943, Axis in retreat. January 1943, Casablanca Conference. Roosevelt and Churchill agree to demand unconditional surrender from Axis powers. Plans are made for the invasion of Italy. July-September 1943. Invasion of Italy. Allied forces land in Sicily and then mainland Italy. Mussolini is overthrown. Italy signs an armistice, although German forces continue fighting in the north. July-August 1943. Battle of Kursk. The largest tank battle in history, resulting in a decisive Soviet victory. German forces begin a long retreat from the Eastern Front. 1944. The Allies advance. June 6, 1944, D-Day. Allied forces land on the beaches of Normandy, France, in Operation Overlord. The successful landing opens a Western front against Germany. July-August 1944, liberation of Paris. Paris is liberated on August 25th after 2 months of intense fighting. June-August 1944, Soviet summer offensive. The Red Army launches Operation Bagration, destroying a large portion of the German army in the east. December 1944, Battle of the Bulge. Germany launches a surprise counterattack in the Ardennes. The Allies eventually repel the offensive, depleting German resources. 1945, the war ends. February 1945, Yalta Conference. Churchill, Roosevelt and Stalin meet to discuss post-war Europe. Agreements include the division of Germany and the creation of the United Nations. April 1945, death of Roosevelt and Hitler. US President Franklin D. Roosevelt dies on April 12th. Adolf Hitler commits suicide in his Berlin bunker on April 30th. May 7th, 8, 1945, Germany surrenders. German forces surrender unconditionally. May 8th is celebrated as Victory in Europe, VE Day. August 6th and 9, 1945, atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The US drops atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Over 100,000 civilians die and Japan's resistance collapses. September 2nd, 1945, Japan surrenders. Japan formally surrenders aboard the USS Missouri, marking the official end of World War II. Aftermath and legacy. Human cost. An estimated 85 million people died, including civilians and military personnel. The Holocaust, 6 million Jews were murdered by the Nazis, alongside millions of others in concentration camps and mass executions. United Nations, the UN, is formed in October 1945 to promote international peace and prevent future wars. Cold War. Tensions between the US and Soviet Union soon lead to the Cold War, dividing the world into East and West. Decolonization. Many colonies in Africa, Asia and the Middle East begin movements for independence after the war. Conclusion. World War II was a conflict unlike any other in human history. Its causes were rooted in the unresolved issues of World War I, the rise of totalitarian regimes and the failure of diplomacy. Its consequences were global and enduring, from the redrawing of borders to the formation of new international bodies. By tracing the timeline of major events, we gain insight into how the war evolved and why it continues to shape the world we live in today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more historical documentaries.